Welcome to Anything You Want. If you value calm, thorough reporting from the heart of celebrity life, please subscribe, press like, and consider supporting the channel by tapping the join button. Your support keeps long-form stories like this possible. What had been billed as one of the season's most elegant nuptials became, in a single breath, a scene of acute alarm when actor Gökberk Yıldırım unexpectedly collapsed amid the celebration. Guests who arrived ready for music and toasts found themselves instead at the center of an unplanned emergency. According to multiple attendees, Gökberk had been greeting friends and relatives when his legs failed him and he sank to the floor. The space, for an instant, filled with a stunned hush. Then, as humans frequently do in crisis, people moved, some with instinctive care, others with frozen disbelief. Witnesses say the moment was cinematic in its distress. A carefully tailored suit crumpling to the floor, a chorus of gasps, some voices rising into panicked shouts while others, in immediate, focused response, bent to help. Family members who had gathered reacted openly, tears, whispered prayers, insistent questions. Artists who had come to share the happy hour hovered near the scene, some attempting to assist, others clearing space for the medical team. The footage that later circulated online shows a cluster of guests forming a quick ring around the fallen actor while on-site responders worked to create a safe area. Medical staff who later spoke with event organizers clarified that the incident, though frightening, did not stem from a cardiac event or traumatic injury. According to the treating physicians, Gökberk suffered acute dizziness and a transient loss of balance, a condition the team attributed to a convergence of nerves, emotional overload, fatigue and mild dehydration in the warm, crowded reception hall. There was no life-threatening condition, one source close to the medical staff told reporters, but the collapse was alarming and required immediate observation and care. The professionals recommended a period of rest and monitoring before releasing him to return to private recovery. When Gökberk regained his composure, he displayed a mixture of relief and mortification. In statements given after the incident, he insisted that the day remained special despite the interruption and sought to reassure those who had been scared. "It was overwhelming in the moment," he said, expressing gratitude to the medical personnel and the guests who aided him. Observers noted a visible discomfort in his demeanor, a common reaction for someone whose private body betrayed them under public lights, mixed with appreciation for the swift attention he received. The bride and groom, understandably shaken, lingered near the perimeter until close family and physicians confirmed there were no lingering symptoms. The reception endured, but the tenor of the evening shifted. Conversation tempered, laughter came in smaller waves, and many attendees admitted they remained watchful through the remainder of the celebration. Some guests, unsettled by what they had seen, left the venue to gather themselves. Others chose to remain and support the newlyweds and the actor alike. Social media reacted with the velocity now customary for celebrity incidents. Clips and stills of the moment spread quickly across platforms, provoking both empathy and critique. Many users praised the immediacy of the medical response and the presence of mind shown by guests. Others questioned whether events of that scale should implement more visible medical preparedness. Comment sections filled with speculation and supportive messages in equal measure, and trending tags ensured the episode remained a topic of conversation long into the night. Those with closer ties to Gökberk emphasized the consoling humanity of the response. "What mattered was how people rallied," an insider remarked. Family members, while shaken, found reassurance in the professionalism of the medics and in the warmth of friends who remained by his side. That collective care, according to multiple sources, softened what might otherwise have become a harsher memory of the occasion. Yet the episode also provoked broader questions about event safety and the demands placed on public figures. Event planners and safety consultants immediately began debating logistical thresholds: how many medical personnel should be present at large gatherings, whether emergency protocols ought to be announced to attendees in advance, and how heat, schedule density, and emotional intensity should be factored into staffing decisions. For many observers, the incident crystallized a simple point: joy and vulnerability coexist, and preparedness matters. We want to hear your opinion. If you were at a large celebration and a guest became ill, what measures would you expect the hosts to have taken? Should high-profile ceremonies make their emergency arrangements transparent to guests, or would that visibility compromise the festive atmosphere? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Anything You Want will spotlight the most thoughtful responses in an upcoming segment. And if you appreciate this depth of coverage, please like, subscribe, and consider joining our membership program to help sustain reporting like this. Medical follow-up in the hours after the collapse reinforced the initial assessment: no heart attack, no fracture, and no immediate neurological impairment. The recommended path forward was conservative rehydration, rest, and outpatient observation. Representatives for the actor later confirmed that Gökberk returned to private care with his family and was expected to recuperate fully. The incident will likely remain catalogued as a frightening episode with a fortunate outcome, rather than a lasting medical crisis. For the newlyweds and their guests, the evening will be remembered in dual tones: joy intertwined with a jolt of fear. Photographers and videographers tasked with preserving the night's images now hold footage that captures both celebration and alarm, an uneasy but honest record of a complex human moment. Television panels and online commentators parsed the optics. Did the episode unfairly eclipse the couple's day, or did it, by revealing swift communal action, underscore the best aspects of a gathering? Beyond the immediate aftermath, the incident has prompted reflection on the stakes of visibility for public figures. Constant schedules, amplified emotion, and the expectation of impeccable composure can render ordinary physiological responses into headlines. A single fall, in this dynamic, becomes a narrative about fragility under scrutiny and about how quickly personal vulnerability is absorbed by public curiosity. For Gökberk, the event was a reminder that bodies are subject to limitation even as careers demand endurance. Before we close, one practical question for our community: should streamed or televised ceremonies include an announced, visible medical presence as standard practice? Or would doing so needlessly alarm guests and viewers alike? Share your perspective below and tell us which Turkish celebrities you want us to examine next with this same careful, humane lens. Your suggestions shape our editorial calendar. Thank you for listening this extended report from Anything You Want. If this piece resonated, do like, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment with your experience or opinions, and consider tapping the join button to access exclusive material and support our investigative efforts. We will continue to track Gökberk Yıldırım's recovery and any developments related to the wedding incident, and we will bring updates only as verified information becomes available. You were watching Anything You Want, where stories are given room to breathe and context matters. Stay well, be kind, and keep the conversation alive in the comments.